Need some, probably get some chapstick or some shit, man. We are out here though. Fuck it. See, I got the hat on today, bruh. Ain't no jokes today, man. It's cold today, nigga. It's cold today, nigga. It's 45 today, nigga. And it's not like 45, then the sun come out, then it's going up to 50. Like the sun is already out and it's 45 now. Morning. Let me put y'all on the give me a little solo, Lord. Give me a little solo, Lord. Oof, oof, it's muddy out here. Ooh, ooh. Steve-O, baby, what up? 360, what's up? Beast, what up? He said, good morning, thoughts on loving your woman but not being in love with her. DM Clark, what's good? We talk about this. We talked about this a few times, and the basic idea is like men need to have a balanced way of loving. Like we need to be able to love ourselves, our women, our kids, our responsibilities, our friends. Like we need to have a balanced idea of love where it's like, good morning. Like we don't get too emotional about love. You understand? Like because truthfully, if a man understands his position in the world, a man loves all things, all people. And he has he has more of like a objective love where it's like he understands that he's here to provide and to be provided for, right? So he's productive and he contributes to the world, and then the world contributes to him. So in that way, we understand that everything and everyone is important. So therefore our love is balanced, our love is objective. And like I said, when we say I'm God to these hoes, it's more about explaining the objective ability to love all things and to be valuable and productive, so all things can benefit from your manhood. You see what I'm saying? But when we talk about being in love, like falling in love with a chick, that's not the move, right? Because when you fall in love, you start to lose sight of that objectivity. You start to lose sight of the focus. You start to lose sight of the ability to be productive in general. Being productive for all things in your life. Things when you fall in love, you become unbalanced. You become unfocused. So being in love, it can be very dangerous. That's why no man should fall in love. No man should fall in love. Because we're not about emotions over here. Good morning. When a man falls in love, his focus is taken away from him. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't realize it, but his focus is taken away from him. He's not focused on being productive. He's not focused on being connected to all things. He's not focused on being productive and doing what the fuck he's supposed to do. He's focused on one thing. He's focused on being laid up and being comfortable with that one chick or whatever. You see what I'm saying? He's only at that point he's only pleasure seeking. And he's not even pleasure seeking from within. He's pleasure seeking based on one particular source, which is the vagina or the woman that's the object of his, of his infatuation. You understand? So loving and being in love is two different things, man. Women could do what the fuck they want, because women have women need to be nurturing. Women need to understand emotional intelligence, and they need to be able to process things horizontally and multitask and, be interdependent on the love of their children, the love of their man, society takes care of women, all this type of shit. Women have the luxury of being emotional about love and affection. I don't think men do. An effective man does not, he's not emotional about it. You see what I'm saying? Good morning. DM Clark, Ricky Webster, what up? Marky B says, hey Miles, why is keeping your word as a man so important for a woman to submit? Excuse me. Morning. Keeping your word is an indicator or a representation of your consistency, right? Keeping your word is a representation of your character, of who you are, of the contracts that you make, the promises that you make. You understand? And it's not just the promises that you make to the woman, it's the promises that you make to yourself first for your character, right? So you say, well, this is the type of man that I choose to be based on what I want out of life and how I want things to go for my life. So I'm gonna hold steadfast to that decision, to that agreement, to that contract to myself, and that's gonna show my consistency. That's gonna show my character. So when you get with a woman and you tell her something, you tell her ABC, and she. You have to understand that women look up to men, because women always looking at a man for leadership. Women look up to us. That's why their laundry list is so fucking high for all the qualities that they want in a quote unquote good man. Because on the low, women look up to us. They'll never articulate it this way in society, and they'll never ultimately admit it. But women look up to men because they know we're the closest thing to God on earth. You understand? So when you make a promise to a woman, it's kind of like God promising that the sun gonna come up. A lot of women look at men that way. They look at us with heavy respect and reverence, bro. You understand? Initially, a woman, remember, the first man, good morning. Remember, the first man that a woman gets in contact with is her father. And what does a father do for a daughter? A father provides. A father makes sure his whole family eat. He keeps a roof over their head. You understand? That's God shit, bro. That's God shit. Having the consistency to make sure all the bills is paid from the day she was born to age 18. Imagine a father. Imagine what a father really does in the eyes of a woman, whether she realizes it or not. The father provides for you from the day you were born to age 18, at least. You understand? And other than general provision, he also provides guidance, leadership. You see how he guides and leads you. You see how the daughter sees how the father guides and leads her mother. The family's taken care of. She see him get up and go to work every day. You understand? The bills is always paid. Everything is all good. Why? Because of daddy. Because of my father. You understand? So a woman who comes up with a good father, she believes in the consistency of a man. She believes that her first representation of a man is her father. Her father been looking out for her welfare for her entire life, and he's been consistent since day one. So when you come into a woman's life, and because when you come into a woman's life, remember what you're basically saying. And I'm not even talking about marriage. I'm just talking about in general. When you express that you want a woman to be a part of your life, what you're telling her is, I'm ultimately willing to take the place of your father. That means I'm looking out for your welfare, and I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna do things for you, and I'm gonna be a productive father figure. I'm gonna be a productive masculine entity in your life. You understand? That's what you're saying to a woman, whether you know it or not. This is why this whole masculinity shit is so important. But so when you make a promise to a woman and you don't keep your word, bro, you're basically fucking up a woman's belief in God, bro. This is why all of these women out here in society seem so devilish. You understand? Because when they meet a guy who cheats on them, lies to them, and fucks them over, it fucks with their belief it fucks with their faith in the world. I'm telling you, it gets that deep. And again, most people are not going to articulate it this way. Most people are not going to really want to admit what I'm talking about. But when a man lets a woman down, when a man doesn't keep his word to a woman, it fucks with her faith, bro. It fucks with her faith in God. Because like I said, on earth, man is the closest thing we have to God. And a woman knows that subconsciously or consciously, whether she knows it or not. So when a man breaks his word, you fucking up a lot, bro. A lot, trust me. So keeping your word is important for a lot of fucking reasons. And then to answer the other part of your question, you said for a woman to submit to you, how's she gonna submit when you shaky? What am I submitting to when you're shaky? Look at what submitting means. If somebody submits to something, like when you go try to get a job and you take the job, you sign up for the job, and you sign the papers to say that you want to work there. You are submitting to the rules and regulations, policies, and requirements of that job description, right? When you sign a lease, you're submitting to the rules and regulations of, okay, you got to pay this much in rent every month and blah, blah, blah. You got to take care of the place and this, that, and the third, right? That's what submitting means. To submit to anything requires for the thing that you're submitting to be ironclad, to be steady, to be stable, to be a promise, to be a contract, to be something that is unbreakable in perpetuity. Do you understand? So this is why you have to keep your word as a man. This is why you have to have a strong character. This is why you have to develop your masculine identity if you want a woman to submit to you. Because you got to have your character in place. You can't be flip-flopping and switching up. You can't be flip-flopping and switching up. Then the woman won't trust you. And if she don't trust you, she can't submit to you. Beasto, the game this morning is impeccable. Appreciate it. Call Me Jay said, salute Miles. Salute to the chat. Yes, yes. Clive Blackett said, good morning, good morning. Steve O Baby said, don't make promises you can't keep. Exactly. And then we got Tay Matrix and Allion. Morning. That's why I tell you guys, man, this masculinity shit is not a joke. It's not just something for you to do or to be just to get women. Bro, the responsibility is, y'all don't understand, man. When you're a leader, when you truly understand what the fuck I'm talking about, you realize it's not a joke. And it's not a front that you put on. That's why when niggas talk about masculine frame, I be looking at them funny, like, what you mean? Niggas be like, oh, well, I had to get into my masculine frame before I approached her. Like, bro, there's no such thing as a masculine frame because you are the picture. You are the picture. You understand? So what does the picture look like? Whether it's in a frame or not, what does the fucking picture look like? And if your picture, meaning your character, your identity as a man is shaky, you ain't gonna get no cooperation, respect, or anything that you want from these females for real. You understand? And truthfully, you ain't gonna get cooperation or anything you expect from life at all if you don't have a strong character and understand who you are as a man. That's really what it is. Understanding who you are as a man is understanding consistency, understanding character. Like, bro, I understand this. You ever heard of the difference between weather and climate? So weather is basically how the air, the temperature of the air, the wind velocities and all that stuff is for one day, right? But you know what climate is? Climate is the general range of weather conditions over a longer period of time. You understand? So you know when they say fair weather friend, that means the person who calling themselves a fair weather friend, they're only friends and they only down for you when things are good, and they only good for you for one day. So if the weather is good today, then that person's down for you. But what we're trying to do, we're trying to think about climate. Climate is closer to the longevity of your character, meaning it's not just weather for one day. You know, you going someplace for the weekend, you're like, hey, I wonder what the weather's gonna be. No, we're looking at climate. Climate is the general weather conditions over longer periods of time. So you understand how the weather is in that place on a regular day. No matter what day you go, there's a consistency to the climate. You understand? This is why you got to play the long game. We're looking at longevity. We're looking at, you know, again, we're always talking about consistency. You understand? Character is who you are for years. Like you're based, the core of yourself as a person. You understand? That needs to be in check. You can't be switching up. You know, you can't be switching up. That's why masculinity and certain traditional things are antithetical to a lot of shit that's going on today. Because the truth is that people don't want to maintain consistency in character. People want to be able to switch up every day. Like they want to be able to one day, oh, I identify as this. And then the next day, oh, I identify as that. You see what I'm saying? Oh, and I want to have an operation and cut this off and do this and do that. Because, excuse me. And consistency in your identity is that there are responsibilities that come with that. And a lot of people don't want to deal with the responsibilities that come with those things. You understand? And that's the problem with most people. Most people are weak-minded. Good morning. You know, they have a weakness of mind. They have a weakness of having to stand up to responsibility and say to themselves, all right, well, shit, this is who I am, and this is the cross I have to bear. This is what I have to deal with. You understand? These are the challenges that I'm gonna face, and I'm gonna do my best to meet these challenges because this is my reality and this is who I am. So instead of complaining, I'm gonna work it out. I'm gonna fucking be creative. I'm gonna figure out ways to make the best for myself. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna complain, and I'm not gonna try to find excuses and try to identify as something else that I know I'm not. I'm gonna deal with the responsibilities of everything that has to do with my identity and keep it the fuck moving and be strong. You understand? We gotta be strong out here, man. Allion, what's up? Tay Matrix. Call me Jay. Excuse me. We got 25 people in the chat and only 11 likes, man. Let's get the likes up, please. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Cause we talking about manhood, consistency and character. Talking about identity, man. Meditation man said, yeah. Danny OG, what's up? 707 said, good morning. Back to the kids this morning. Everyone behave and eat your veggies. I mean, it ain't easy, man. It's a challenge every day, man. It's a challenge every day. But while things are changing around you, you can, when you know who you are, you can take comfort in your own identity. You understand? You can take comfort in your own identity. You could be like, well, I know the world has gone crazy, but when I look in the mirror, I see Miles Cunningham. You understand? When I look in the, like, everybody's switching up and doing what the fuck they doing, but when I look in the mirror, I see that same nigga I've always known. And that's comfort. You understand? That right there, understanding and knowing your identity is sanctuary. That's this only sanctuary. People be trying to find sanctuary in women, sex, relationships, money, how many friends you got, how many bitches on your roster. Bro, the only place of comfort is understanding who you are in your own mind. That's the only place of sanctuary and comfort, bro. And it's just so sad that so many people are suffering from the fact that they don't know who they are. So it's hard for them to find comfort and sanctuary. Why the fuck you think everybody's so offended by everything these days? Everybody's offended by shit. How could you be offended if you know who you are? Think about that. If you know exactly who you are, how could you be offended? Because think about it, right? Me knowing that I'm Miles Cunningham. So if somebody come up to me and say, hey, your name is Poindexter Asshole. And if I know that I'm Miles Cunningham and they trying to call me Poindexter Asshole, how can I really truly be offended by that if I know who I am? You see what I'm saying? I can't really be offended by that unless I want to be, or unless I didn't know who I was, because people who are shaky about their identity, when people say shit to them, the reason why they're offended is because somewhere in their perspective, they're questioning, like, wait a second, am I Poindexter Asshole? Shit, this whole time I thought I was Miles Cunningham, but somebody came up to me and called me Poindexter Asshole. Am I Poindexter Asshole? I'm not sure who I am. And now I'm confused. And my confusion is making me angry. And you know what? This person is disrespecting me. Oh my God, like, I don't know what's going on. And then people, they get offended. People want to fight, have problems. But if somebody come up to me and say, you ain't Miles Cunningham, your name is Poindexter Asshole, right? You ain't Miles Cunningham, you ain't no masculinity coach, you a bitch ass nigga. I could just look them straight in the face and keep a straight face and be like, hey, you could keep talking, because even after you finish talking, I'm still Miles Cunningham, no matter what you say. So it's not even disrespect. It's really just you talking shit. And whoever's listening, they hear you talking shit. They don't hear me saying nothing, because my identity hasn't changed just because you said so. You see what I'm saying? I'm still Miles Cunningham no matter what you say. So I don't even need to respond. You see what I'm saying? That's why I be telling y'all, there's no such thing as disrespect. If you know who you are, there's no need to be offended. Steve-O Baby said, you shouldn't let other people's opinions affect you because you are and you know what you're all about. Exactly. Cold Starts Only said, it's difficult to know what a masculine identity is when some of our fathers were out the picture and have no other masculine man to look up to or learn from. Well, that's why I'm here. Cold Start, that's why I'm here. That's why Lucario's here. That's why we do what we do, bro, because we know a lot of y'all niggas ain't had no fathers coming up. We know, but that's why we here, to help you, at least to guide you in the direction to try to find some knowledge. Even if you don't want to believe everything I'm saying, go read a book, bro. Go read a book, or ask somebody you know the question and have a conversation and open up your knowledge base. That's what it's all about. Excuse me. Steve-O Baby said, Miles, when someone disrespects me, I just smile and walk away. That's all you really need to do. I know it's difficult, but hey, I had a father growing up. And there's still certain things that it took me a while to figure out. So that's why we're here, bro. That's why we're here. That's why we do the content that we do. Because we know it takes time for people to figure out who the fuck they are. And it's not the easiest thing, especially in a world that's so goddamn confusing with so much images. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's doing something. Everybody's saying something. Everybody want you to be like them. Everybody's an influencer. Good morning. See, y'all gotta understand. Yeah, I'm on social media talking shit, right? But y'all gotta understand. I'm not an influencer trying to influence you to buy like some external product. You understand? I'm not an influencer influencing you to wear a certain thing. I'm not an influencer trying to influence you to follow anything or anyone but yourself. That's my entire point of doing all of this shit. I'm trying to promote yourself. Like I remember they did an interview with Kanye West, and they asked him about his music, and he said if you a fan of Kanye West, then you're a fan of yourself. Because if you listen to every album I've ever done, almost every song I've ever done, there was a message about how special you are as a person. If you listen to any song I've ever done, you could pick out the parts where I'm telling you that you are the best. You understand? And that's the way I look at it. Every time I get on any one of these lives or shows or whatever, I'm trying to explain to niggas, yo, you are that nigga. It's just up to you to believe it. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to explain to y'all to be a fan of yourself, to think of yourself in a higher position, to have self-respect, to understand your character, to discover more about yourself and what you are and the value that you have for this world. So I'm not an influencer just trying to get you to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just out here marketing for these like big companies trying to get you to buy shit or do shit. Nah, nigga, I'm here to get you to invest in yourself. Let me see. Cole starts with the prayer hands. Call me Jay said, humble yourself to learn and quiet enough to listen. Yep. Marky B said, that's true confidence because when you know who you are, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Facts. Cole Star said, good morning by Kanye West. Hit me. Nigga, Graduation is my favorite Kanye album. I'll tell you that now. Graduation is my #1 Kanye West fucking album. I'll tell you that shit now. Every song on that fucking album is fire. And in every song, he's talking some real shit about, you know, self-discovery and self-love and shit like that. Graduation is my favorite Kanye album. I think it's the only one I own on CD, actually. Miles says, Moolis says, Miles, how do you stay on your path and be mentally resilient when everyone else is walking the other path different from yours? Excuse me. How do you stay resilient, mentally resilient, when everyone else is walking other paths different from yours? Okay, you see, you have to, and I talk about this all the time as well. This is why I talk about identity, right? Identity is like your, you know, when you go for your ID, Like say, for example, you go to the down to the county sheriff's office to apply to get like a handgun license or anything. They take your ID and they take your fingerprints. All right? They take your ID and they take your fingerprints. Your fingerprints is a part of your identity. The reason why they do fingerprints, why do they do fingerprints? Because you can possibly look similar to another person, but when you bring it down to your genetics on to your genetic level, and you check somebody's fingerprints, everybody's fingerprint is specifically different. So if at the very core of our existence, meaning our genetics and our identity, is specifically unique and different, why is it hard to believe that all of us are supposed to be walking different paths? Why does the fact that other people are walking their own path fuck with your mental resilience? You walking your own unique and specific path, you should celebrate that shit. That's what should motivate your mental resilience. The fact that your path is different from everyone else's, homie. You understand what I'm saying? That's the part that you need to celebrate. That's the part that you need to say to yourself, you need to embrace it. This is why I talk about embracing your identity. Embrace the fact that you are different from everyone else. The fact that God and nature made you different from everyone else on the fucking planet of 7 or 8 billion people is something special. That is your superpower. That is your fucking superpower. The fact that you are different. So how do I maintain my mental resiliency? Is because I celebrate my path. And I'm glad my path is different from everyone else's. Because I get to do my own fucking thing. I get to do my own fucking thing, bro. And that means something to me. That means something to me. I get to see how my story is written. I get to write my own fucking story and see how it ends. I get to live my own fucking life. I'm not worried about the fact that everybody else is on their own path. Good for them. They should be on their own path. Why? Because I'm on mine. What you mean? How do you hold your mental resiliency when other people are on their path? Bro, that is the celebration. That is life. That is your gift. The fact that you're different from everyone else. This is the shit that I be trying to explain to y'all all the time. How do you stay on your path? You have no fucking choice. Because your path is yours, homie. And if you try to be on somebody else's path, all of a sudden your life becomes a lie. That's what's happening, bro. I maintain my mental resiliency because I am happy and I feel blessed and I have huge gratitude and an intense gratitude that I'm different from everybody else, bro. That's my fucking superpower. God and nature made me different from every last one of you motherfuckers. So I don't ever I'm a one-on-one every time. That makes me proud every day I wake up. Nigga, what are you talking about? Cold Start says, everyone walks a different path. You can't look at someone else's path and compare it to yours. Exactly. Everybody do things at their own pace, all of that. That's exactly what, like, y'all remember, some of y'all, not all of y'all, because some of y'all is new, but I made a whole video talking about my body count. Excuse me. I made a whole video talking about my body count, and I did it on purpose. And at the time that I made the video, I explained that my body count was only 28. And niggas lost their fucking mind. They was like, oh, how you supposed to be a dating coach and you only hit 28 women in your life and blah, blah, blah. You ain't shit, Miles. You ain't this, you ain't that. But I was trying to explain something to niggas because my best friend is Mr. Lucario, and Mr. Lucario's body count is in the 300s. You understand? So if I was trying to be on Mr. Lucario's path, I probably could have had 300 women in my lifetime. But is that what I wanted for myself based on who I am as a man? No, sir. You see what I'm saying? So I was trying to make the point that everybody does things in their own way. Everybody got their own pace. Everybody vibrates on their own frequency. So I have 28, at that time, like I said, when I did the video, I had 28 bodies. And that's because I take my time with bitches. I like to get to know bitches. I don't like to just do one night stands and all that crazy shit. I'm not that type of nigga. And because I'm not that type of nigga, I embrace that. So I'm not afraid to tell niggas, hey, my body count ain't that crazy. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? The average person, the average dating coach wouldn't have done that. Good morning. The average dating coach would not have done that. Because the average dating coach is worried that, oh, well, if people know that my body count ain't that crazy, they're not going to want to listen to me. No. I believe in being honest. I believe in using that information to let niggas understand that we're all different. And it doesn't make you less of a man if your body count is less. It doesn't make you less of a man if you got less bitches on your roster, or if you got no bitches on your roster. You understand? What matters is how you live your life and how you design your life experience. How much responsibility that you take, and you doing your thing as a fucking man and understanding who you are. That's the most important. So we all on our own path, bro. You should be proud that your path is different from everybody's. Sean Light, what's up? You should be happy that your path is different from everybody's. That's what we're here for. God and nature made you different because you have the opportunity to show one other possibility. You understand? It's your job to show a different possibility. It's not your job to be like everybody else. It's your job to show your own version of how to live this life. That's what all this shit is about. You get a chance to show the world, okay, this is how I'm gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? Thanks for getting the likes up, guys. I appreciate it. You need to celebrate your difference. Celebrate your unique and specific possibility, which is your life. You are different and unique for a reason. If we were supposed to all be the same, then we would all be the fucking same, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we're not. We have all been given different characteristics, different genetics, you know, a different perspective. We grew up in different families. We grew up on different, we were born in different parts of the world. All these things make us who we are, and it should be celebrated. And when I say it should be celebrated, I'm not saying, you know, all your friends need to be applauding you and patting you on the back. No, that's not what I'm saying. When I say it should be celebrated, I'm saying you need to celebrate yourself. You need to validate yourself. You need to fucking give yourself the stamp of approval. And don't expect nobody else to do it for you. Let me see. We were taught to be the same starting from the education system. In certain ways, yes. In certain ways, you could say that. Psychologically, yes, they did try to kind of make us, you know, have a cookie cutter mentality in like the public school system and all that type of shit. But you still have to see past the limitations of what they can teach you in school and get in touch. This is why, again, masculine identity membership. This is why we do what we do. Because, okay, after we all learn 2 + 2 is 4, and that's all cool. 2 + 2 is 4, great. You understand? This is how you spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. These are your ABCs. This is how you count to 10. Okay, cool. That's general information that everybody needs to know based on the limitations of this physical world that we all live in. Fine. After that, the rest is up to you, bro. So I'm not even letting the school system be an excuse. Because after you do all of that, the rest is up to you. Excuse me. You understand? Because I excelled in school. I graduated number 9 out of 340 students in my high school. Number 9. I tied with a dude, my GPA and this other dude GPA, we was tied for 9. And the only reason why I was number 9 and he ended up being number 10 because they had to alphabetize. You understand? And my name came first. My last name came first. But and that dude is a doctor today. He's a fucking he's a doctor. Very successful dude. And last time I saw him on Facebook, he was driving a big body BMW and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Very successful dude. And I tied with him for the you know what I'm saying, for the GPA. So I learned all the same lessons anybody else learned, but I never forgot who I was though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just as book smart as any of the rest of these niggas. I could have became, if I really wanted to, I could have became a doctor like him, but that's not what I wanted. I knew who the fuck I was. I knew my identity. So even though I was book smart and I was really successful at school learning and all that, it didn't indoctrinate my mind. I still had my own mind, my own identity. Good morning. So the school system is not an excuse, bro. The school system is not an excuse. Bane Bear said, "What up, legends?" Clyde Black said, "Thank you. So thank you very much, Miles, for teaching us today. I am learning new things today." Miles in the... Hey, man, if y'all really like the game, too, and y'all want to show some love, my Cash App is $Miles in the game. $Miles in the game. If y'all want to show some love, you know what I'm saying? If y'all appreciate the game, if y'all appreciate the time that I put into these lives, if y'all appreciate the fact that I went out and bought a gimbal just so I could keep the fucking phone steady, so y'all can see the nature in all its beauty, I would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because none of this shit ain't free. I had to go out and buy a gimbal because I wanted y'all to see all the great scenery as steady as possible. See what I'm saying? So if y'all want to show some love, send some money to the Cash App, $Miles into the game. Because we don't get super chats over here. YouTube don't like us like that. Morning. See the lake through the trees. Morning. Let me see what y'all got. Clive Blackett. It's 45 degrees, man. It's cold. It's brisk. I just took off my hat though, cause you know, with the walking, you know, I've developed some heat, so I was able to take it. It don't feel that bad. Once you start walking, once you start moving, it don't feel so bad. But it's 45 degrees, bro. 45 degrees and sunny. So, but it feels good. It feels good. But I'm gonna shut this down. We've been on here for for 40, damn near 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes. So I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna switch over to Instagram, guys. See if Instagram is still gonna let me do one today. If if y'all don't see nothing come up on Instagram, then they probably blocking me. So we'll see what happens. But let me see. But you know, peace. Olympus Mons. The email is inside the membership, bro. If you're truly on the membership, you should know. You understand? So, and I'm not gonna give that information out on here. You understand? The email for free email coaching is on the Masculine Identity membership. I have it listed in the description for each video. Everything is on there that you need, bro. A lot of y'all niggas just don't take the time to read. DM Clark, appreciate you, man. Olympus Mons, yeah, go look at the shit, bro. You'll be all right. All right, so I appreciate you guys for hanging with me, man. Let me see. Today's Thursday, so look out for shorts and check out the Bad Boy membership. Check out the Masculine Identity membership, and hit my Cash App $Miles in the game. And let me see. Malachi said 3 most important visualizations: graduating college, physical health, relationship I have with my family, friends, and women in business. If you want to break these down, maybe you should schedule a 60-minute consultation with me, bro. 707 clear. Thanks for putting that in. I appreciate it. Daniel G, take it easy. Have a good day. The truth is inside you. Peace.